Welcome to today's deep analysis. We spend so much of our time, literally almost all of our energy, chasing happiness and just trying to run away from discomfort, right? But today, we're flipping the script. We're going to explore a profound, maybe kind of misunderstood truth about human resilience, why the absolute darkest moments of our lives are actually the exact things that light up our path forward.
So, I want you to take a second and really ask yourself, when does a person learn the most? Seriously, think about it. Is it when everything is going perfectly to plan, the sun's shining, not a care in the world? Or is it when life suddenly brings us to our knees? It's a heavy question, I know, but it's the entire foundation for our explainer today. The truth we always kind of try to avoid is that sure, success absolutely makes us happy, but it fundamentally fails to change us.
Section 1. Comfort and our flaws. Before we can really understand pain, we've got to look at how complacency sets in. Look, when everything's going great, we just naturally slip right into this cozy bubble of comfort. We breeze through our days, and in that breezy comfort, we completely ignore our flaws. It's like we develop this illusion that we've got it all figured out, the whole shebang. We don't reflect. Why would we? There's no immediate need to look in the mirror when the world is just smiling right back at you. Comfort is incredibly pleasant, but man, it is completely stagnant.
Section 2. The sudden shock of pain. Because, as we all know, life simply doesn't let us stay in that comfortable little bubble forever.
Eventually, that status quo shatters. The disruption comes fast, and it hits hard. It could be a loved one unexpectedly walking out of your life. It could be a lifelong dream just shattering into a million pieces. Or maybe a massive, unavoidable failure that literally shakes you to your core. These moments are absolutely brutal. They take that comfortable ground we were standing on and yank it right out from under us.
And once we're stripped of that comfort, we're forced into some seriously profound self-reflection. We start asking those really hard questions. Who am I, really, without my success or my daily routine? Where was I going wrong? Actually, scratch that. What do I fundamentally need to change? This exact, agonizing moment of truth, that is where real learning begins. We just never ask these questions when we're on a winning streak.
It really all boils down to this one harsh reality. Pain is a teacher that tests first and teaches later. Just let that sink in for a second. It is not a gentle guide. It literally forces you to take the final exam before you've even had a chance to open the textbook.
Section 3. The real test of life. Let's dive into how life's teaching methods are just completely backward from what we're taught to expect.
This highlights exactly why going through hardship feels so incredibly unfair. Think about school. In school, the structure is totally safe. You're taught a lesson, you study for it, and then you're given a test. But life operates in total reverse. Life hands you the brutal test first, the heartbreak, the failure, the whole mess. You just have to stumble your way through, totally unprepared, and only afterward do you finally understand the lesson. Think about how this actually plays out in the real world. If you haven't seen failure, can you genuinely value success? If everything is just handed to you on a silver platter, do you really truly know what it took to build it? What about connection? If you haven't felt the absolute crushing weight of loneliness, can you actually understand the deep, profound importance of your relationships? Often it's the stark absence of someone that really teaches us their true worth.
And finally, if you haven't seen poverty or experienced absolute scarcity, are you genuinely going to value the opportunities placed right in front of you? The pattern here is undeniable, guys. Our greatest, most enduring lessons consistently emerge from our absolute deepest troubles.
Section 4. Pain, the most honest teacher. If we look back at history, you'll see that the most impactful figures, the ones who truly changed the world, almost all of them endured immense, unimaginable struggles.
Pain acts as an extractor. It's like it pulls out these hidden reserves of strength we never even knew we had inside us. You discover immense courage, but only when you're faced with losing everything. You learn true self-reliance when you are completely alone. You develop this rock-solid patience through repeated failures, and you forge an unshakable identity when the world just ignores you. Pain doesn't just hurt, it excavates.
Pain is the most honest teacher out there because pain never lies. It strips away all the falsehoods, all that ego, all those polite little fictions we tell ourselves every day. It's brutal, for sure, but it reveals our true reality. It shows us exactly, without a single filter, just how strong we really are.
Section 5. How do we actually learn from pain? Okay, so we know pain is inevitable, and we know it's this incredibly powerful teacher. But just experiencing pain isn't enough. The climax of this whole concept, it all comes down to human choice.
Whenever you run into a massive struggle, you're standing right at a fork in the road. Pain basically gives you two paths. Path 1, you can break down, you can give up, let the experience completely defeat you, and learn nothing but bitterness. Or Path 2, you can actively choose to grow stronger, find your inner power, and extract some profound wisdom. The difference in these outcomes, it literally has nothing to do with the circumstance itself. It lies 100% in your mindset.
Now, let's be very, very clear about one thing here. Pain itself is not great. We are absolutely not glorifying suffering. Suffering is hard and it's tragic. The greatness doesn't live in the trauma. The greatness lives in the person who actually manages to learn from that trauma. We're celebrating the resilience born from the ashes, right? Not the fire itself.
As we bring all this together, think about the ultimate trade-off we face. Comfort gives you happiness and ease. It's nice. And hey, we all deserve it. But pain? Pain gives you growth. Pain gives you this deep, profound emotional depth. The incredible paradox of life is that the very pain we spend practically all our energy trying to avoid is exactly the mechanism that transforms us into the resilient, wise people we ultimately want to become.
Which leaves us with this final, truly powerful thought. The next time life puts you through the ringer, try to make a conscious shift. Stop asking, why me? That question, it really just leads straight to victimhood. Instead, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Because behind every single struggle, there is a lesson just waiting to be uncovered. So, what will your next challenge teach you? Change your perspective, and I promise, you change your entire life. Thanks for joining me on this explainer today. Take this mindset with you and just see how it completely reshapes the road ahead.